This is Matthew Reese with Primetime Sports at day 2 of the Dallas Tip-Off Classic, and I'm sitting here with Todd Jorgenson, who is the coach of GP Blazers. How you doing, Coach?
Doing good, thank you.
How'd your game go there?
We struggled today, but with better days ahead.
Better days ahead. That's a great way to look at it. And so coming into this tournament, there was a lot of great competition, that was scheduled for you guys and in the whole tournament. What are your thoughts on the level of play here at the Dallas Tip-Off Classic?
Oh, it was really good. Every one of our games was competitive, and that's why we got into this tournament, because we knew the level of competition was going to be high, and tournaments like this will help, kind of test your team early in the season and also kind of prepare you for what's coming up down the road.
Is this your first tournament of the season, or have you played a couple before this?
It's our second tournament of the season.
Second tournament of the season. What was your first tournament?
Our first tournament was last weekend. It was 1 week ago, and it was here at Duncanville Fieldhouse, but I don't remember what the name of it was at the moment. But anyway, we were here last weekend. So.
Okay, so in your opinion, how did this week compare to last week as far as the level of play, as far as the organization of the whole tournament?
Well, it was really, I thought both of them were run pretty well. And the level of play was actually pretty equivalent too, because a lot of the same teams that were in the tournament last weekend were in the tournament this weekend as well, which is fine, because they're high-level teams, and that's the kind of thing that we want to be playing. So I think that the tournament was well organized. There wasn't a lot of last-minute shuffling or teams canceling out or anything like that. So you can't complain.
So tell me a little bit about your program. How long have you guys been around? Are you locally? Are you Dallas run? Where do you pull your kids from?
Yeah, we are a local program, and we are a pretty small program. We're not a big national type of program. We do kind of stay local a lot. And we get all of our kids from around here. Most of our kids are from Grand Prairie, Arlington, Mansfield, Irving, that kind of that area. We do have some from Dallas, kind of like the mid-cities area there. And we've got a varsity boys team and a JV boys team, and that's kind of the extent of our program. So we kind of look at ourselves as going up against the big boys a little bit, but we've managed to do we've managed a lot of success doing that. So we've done pretty well.
So what is it like for you guys to play as you quote unquote the big boys at this tournament? You guys seemed to play them last week. Does that benefit your kids, do you think, or do you think it hurts their confidence at all?
No, I think I don't know. I think it does benefit you overall. A lot of the big teams, I don't think are, I don't view them as necessarily being bigger than us in terms of necessarily better talent-wise than we are all the time. I look at them as, a lot of the teams have more resources, and they have more, kind of maybe they draw players from a wider net, and so, I look at it as maybe just kind of us, I don't know. I like going up against good competition, and I know that some of those programs are going to have good players because a lot of times they have more to pick from, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. So as a coach, what is the main goal that you try to instill upon your kids on and off the court? What are you trying to have them take with them as they advance in their basketball careers and in their lives?
Well, I think what I try to do more than anything is I try to make them. We work a lot on skill improvement, and we try to get better, and we try to measure ourselves at different points of the season and kind of see where we're at, both individually and as a team. And I think a lot of that is kind of building together. Chemistry is a big issue for us, and it's one thing that we stress a lot. Is building together, and not just building as individuals, but building together as a team and kind of seeing where we're at as a team. And that's one thing that we really try and do. And as far as off the court, we work on some stuff as far as getting these kids sort of ready to kind of, we try to sort of provide that maybe that male role model that some of them don't have, but then also to kind of get them ready for what they're going to be facing down the road in life too, and making sure that they have the life skills that are needed as they go on to college or jobs or whatever, because as we all know, not everybody is going to be playing basketball at the college level. It's nice when you can, and that's a nice goal to have, but you've got to be prepared for whatever is thrown your way.
Lastly, you've been around the game for a long time. It seems like you understand the game. You know the youth basketball world. What is the biggest thing that youth basketball needs to improve its quality, to improve its outlook, for youth athletes?
Well,
in your opinion.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think there's a lot of things that are needed. But I guess one thing that's needed is, I think, I would say maybe a common focus and a common goal. And I think we all, as people that are leading these organizations, we all need to keep in mind that it is about the kids, and that it's that's what we need to be focused on, is making sure that the kids are getting better and learning lessons that will carry them through life. Making sure that we're not pampering them, or that we're not boosting them to a level that is going to hurt them down the road. I mean, you've got to be realistic with them. You've got to be tough on them, and you've got to be fair with them. And I think that's something that a lot of us, including myself, sometimes struggle with. But I think it's something that kind of everybody needs to sort of have that goal, and maybe sometimes take a step back and realize, it is about the kids, and we're trying to turn them into better players and better people.